PID, PhD. So a committed Toastmaster since 2013, Anwesha has been an active member of multiple clubs across 3 districts in North America. Her journey culminated in her service on the Toastmasters Board of Directors from 2022 to 2024, where she made history as the youngest woman to hold the position in the organization's century-long legacy. Anwesha believes that Toastmasters is more than just a platform for public speaking. It's a catalyst for personal transformation. She believes the program encourages, motivates, and guides us to become better versions of ourselves every day. Through overcoming fear, building self-confidence, and forging connections, we unlock countless opportunities for growth, both personally and professionally. A shining example of this journey is her inspiring TED Talk in 2019, which serves as a testament to the power of stepping outside one's comfort zone. Today, Anwesha will speak about how our hesitation to take the next step often serves as a barrier for success. Many individuals find themselves waiting for the perfect conditions or the right moment to feel fully prepared before seizing new opportunities. This tendency frequently leads to missed chances for growth and advancement. Please give a warm District 45 welcome to Distinguished Toastmaster and past International Director, Anwesha Banerjee. Say yes, then.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Hello, District 45. You're all smiling. That means it's a happy Saturday. I can say that. Thank you so much for having me. Special shout out to Tom Massimo, who invited me last year, actually earlier this year in August when I saw him at the convention. Thank you so much. And I know I'm not going to see Sherry, but again, thanks to Sherry who has put together this excellent day for all of you. You know, it's 5:06 here in San Francisco, where I'm residing. And I was thinking, what can I tell all of you early in the morning that can be motivational or inspirational? But then I was like, I have said yes, right? So I'm going to figure this out today, this morning. One saying that I really like was by Richard Branson. And he said, if somebody ever offers you an amazing opportunity and you really don't know how to do it, just say yes and then figure it out. But what does Richard Branson know about failure, right? No, he's this super successful guy. We are all convinced that if we say yes, there is some kind of epic proportion of failure waiting to happen right away. You know, you take up a project and it's going to crumble and fail. You have that meeting with your client. What if I spill coffee on the client? If I'm doing that presentation and say yes to that, what if the pigeon poop on my head? Even if it's an indoor presentation, right? Every time we say yes, this fear of failure creates that Instagram reel in our head that, oh my God, everything is going to go wrong and further wrong and I will never recover. So we say no and we stay safe in our comfort zone. And we miss so much that we could have potentially done. I want to share some of my own stories and how I landed up here where I am today. I was born and brought up in India. It was the year 2009 when I decided to move to United States to pursue my higher education. I wanted a master's degree. I was right out of my college. I boarded this flight from this town called Calcutta in India, where I've grown up. And I went to Delhi to New York, and then from New York, I landed up in Dallas, Texas. I thought that I have done all my education in English. I can embrace this unknown. I know at least the language of this country that will help me do better. I didn't know that Texans don't speak English. I could not understand their way of speaking English. I was like, what do I do here now? It took me a few months to understand the y'all and you all and all of those words that I had never heard before. That was a complete unknown for me. but eventually I figured it out. Here I am cruising with my master's journey, and I said, ooh, let's find something else unknown. Somebody said, why don't you get some research experience in a lab? And I don't want it. I don't want research. I'm here to get my master's, I'll get my degree, go back to my country and be happy and do something which is more comfortable to me. I visited a few labs and they said, sorry, Miss Anwesha, we don't have a space for you to perform research. Internally, I was happy. Oh, God, thank God they said they don't have a space. I don't have to do this anymore. But then somebody said, hey, have you checked the department in the next building? It's the building for neuroscience, and they might have a space. I said, I'm sure they won't take me because I'm getting a degree in biology. I went there and I knocked on this door of this fellow named Mr. Marco Azzori. He was a professor of neuroscience. And he said, oh, you want to get some research experience? Do you know anything about the brain? I said, I think I have one, but that's all I know. That's it. So that's enough. If you know that you have a brain, you can do research here. I embraced the unknown and I started doing research in Dr. Azzori's lab. To my surprise, I really started enjoying. I discovered this new passion of what the brain can do. I knew nothing. I worked hard. It didn't come easy. I tried to talk and get as many mentors along the way who can help me do better, who can help me learn more about neuroscience. And here, when I followed that unknown, when I followed that passion, not only did I get a master's, they offered me to get a full scholarship PhD in their university. And here, 6 years later, starting on a completely unknown journey, knowing nothing about the brain, here I stumbled upon a new passion and I finished a PhD in neuroscience. What would have happened if I'd said no to visiting that next building and knocking on the door of Marco Azzori? Something else would have happened, but I would not have got a PhD in neuroscience. I said the yes to the opportunity. I figured out a way. I found the right people, and there were many failures along the way, smaller failures. In the big picture, it did something really good for me, for my career. And here, 10, 15 years later, I'm here pursuing the dream, my career. Now you're thinking about why is she talking about science? She's a Toastmasters. Where is the Toastmaster story? I can see all those faces on the screen. You all have one too, right? And how you landed up being the area director, division director, district director, or a Toastmaster or club president in your club. Do you know our past international president, Matt Kinsey? Anybody has met? Yes, I see some heads nodding there. You know, I first met Matt Kinsey in the year 2016. He was visiting my home district, District 14 in Atlanta, at our annual conference. Now, I was a freshly minted area director. You know that feeling, I am now area director and I'm going to conquer this world. I had that same feeling. I was scared and nervous, but full disclosure, I wanted to become an area director so I can finish my DTM, right? We have all been on the boat. Now here Matt is visiting our district. Since he was visiting a corporate club in my area and division, I got to accompany him for lunch that day with some other Toastmasters. We had a really nice conversation. I honestly don't remember because I was probably just starstruck sitting next to the international director here being this new area director. But after the conversation on our way back, he told me something that I still remember today, and I think it changed my life. He said, Anwesha, I'm not telling you for the heck of saying, you have the potential to go as far in the organization as you want. And I'm thinking in my head, I have come very far. I am the area director. I'm done. What else? I'm done and dusted. Take the area director, get my DTM, and I'll be happy doing speeches in my club. And here in 2024, I've finished my 2-year service on board of directors. Never in my wildest imagination, I thought that I'll say yes to even running for an election, and then with all the good luck and all the votes, I'll be on the board and finish my service. It was the wildest ride that I took in this past time. Did I have to figure things out? Yes. But what the fun part is, I did not have to do this all by myself. Along my entire journeys, there were numerous heroes who helped me. In 2013, when I joined Toastmasters, the first mentor in my club played a huge role in who I am here as a Toastmaster. The district trios I got to work with, the area directors, the division directors that I got to work along, every one of them has contributed to my journey because they have helped me embrace the unknown and helped me navigate this unknown path. You know, my campaign team who helped me with my election, I had 5 members who I have never met before. And I had entire journey with them for the whole year of my campaigning online. I was meeting them over Zoom. They were across 4 different time zones around the world. And they said yes to helping me when I said yes to walking on that path. They could have said no and said, find somebody in your time zone. But they said yes to me. Remember, these are people I have not met before. These are just Toastmasters I made connection. They helped me figure it out. They cracked open the door for me. I just had to walk through it. Now, one thing I have learned along the way, and I'm sure you have felt it numerous times in your life, is that it's not about what you know now. It's about how much you are willing to learn. I know one thing, there is no shortcut to smartness. I see so many of you who are in front of me. You have probably said yes, even without knowing what you are stepping into. That area director role, that saying yes to club president and being VP, being an area director, being a division director, you have all said yes and figured out. But I also know there are faces here who are still wondering, do I feel prepared enough? Should I say yes to that next step? To embrace that unknown? What if I don't succeed? What if I fail? What if I tell you that your lack of familiarity is your strength? You know, familiarity is so comforting that you know it, but you know what it does? It stifles your imagination and it stifles your creativity. It dulls the hunger to go and reach for something far greater than where you are currently now. However, when you venture into that unknown territory, you're cracking open the door to growth. Not just for yourself, but for people around you. When you embrace those unfamiliar roles, you build a curious mind and you build a hungry heart. And once you do that, I promise you, you're already on the path to excellence. One way Toastmasters can really embrace the unknown is by mentoring those who seem hard to reach or even hard to mentor. You know, the Gen Zs and the millennials? Familiar term? I'm a millennial myself, and I know I can be tough to mentor. We have our set ways. We know everything sometimes, right? But I promise you, when you take up and embrace the unknown, and when you mentor them, you will discover that they have a boundless energy. They have a different perspective to bring. They have a positive impact to make, just like all of us, each one of you here who have woken up for this Saturday workshop. The foundation that you're trying to build with your district, the foundation that you're trying to build in your club, will not happen by doing something that you are familiar with. It happens when you embrace the unknown. If I had not said yes 15 years ago, I would not have been now today in California in my dream job, doing what exactly I wanted to do, but I probably didn't know it back then. I'm enjoying this marvelous journey in my life, and you all have your marvelous journey that you are on. If you have not said yes yet, I challenge you to say that let the adventures begin. Say yes to even something small that makes you a little uncomfortable today. You will find people who will help you on your way. You won't have to do it alone. I know this is something we hear again and again in Toastmasters, but that's the biggest fact. You have help along the way. Look around in this room just today. You find your Dr. Atsuri. You find your Matt Kinsey, who's waiting to crack open the door for you. You just have to walk through it, and all the greatness is waiting for you on the other side. So say yes, and then figure it out. Thank you so much, District 45, for having me today.
Thank you, Anwesha. That was great. Everybody, round of applause. That was amazing. You definitely inspired me for sure. I am now going to turn it over to Erin and Lorelei for a conference update. I think I saw you out there, did I not? Awesome, Erin. Thank you.
Sorry, having a bit of a media issue. All right, lights. Camera. Communicate. Our district conference is going to be in Moncton, New Brunswick this year. In May 2025. And it's going to be at the Canvas Moncton Hotel. All right. So prepare to spoil yourself in luxury.